Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back. Do not adjust your sets. Do not panic. Yes, it's going to be an SPG replay. We have to have a look at SPGs. It's been a number of months now since they've been nerfed to all hell. Every aspect of their gameplay was completely destroyed. And I thought we'd have a look at a game in what I think is now the best Tier 10 SPG, the Russian one, the Object 261, driven by Mortless from Skills Clan. Shout out to you! Let's have a little discussion on the fate and the state of SPGs. Are they playable? Now, I'll tell you one thing, guys. When I'm playing now, I notice a lot less SPGs. Many games with no SPGs. Which, if that was your strategy wargaming, if that's what you wanted the outcome to be, success. There are very few SPG. You guys notice that? Let's start a discussion in the comments here of some of the things you've noticed. Number one, I've noticed there's a lot less people playing SPGs. There's many games where there are no SPGs. On maps like this, many times you can roll out no SPGs, so you can go play up on the hill. You can go to different locations and not get shit on all game. In the past, before the nerf, there were 3 per side almost all the time. And it made open maps like this. Maps like this where they're open and there's only a few lanes of fighting, right? Like you got to go up on the hill. Or you got to camp on some of these obvious bushes. And if you got spotted, you just shit on all game. Spawn in on this map as a Type 5 heavy and go up the hill. Oh, talk about frustrating. So that's that happens a lot less now. Number 2, I've noticed that Papatanya 317. Papatanya 317. With their nerf of damage, the damage per shot has been nerfed on the regular shell. The splash radius has been made smaller. And 2 of the shells have been made almost utterly useless. The number 2 shell that has almost no splash radius does more damage if you hit, but does 0 damage most of the time. And then the 3rd shell that is has to penetrate. So it's just, if Wargaming decides you hit, you do damage. And if Wargaming decides you miss, that's the shell I want to shoot. In situations like this where you have 2 tanks side by side like this, in the old days you could splash them both for a shit ton of damage, and now Babadanya, only 1 was damaged for 240. So it is true, they do a lot less damage. So opinions. Oh, before we get to opinions, more observations. Okay, when you have a cluster of enemies like this, you have less of them shooting at you, and they're doing less damage unless the shot is very close. Here's a perfect shot on 2 of them, and that's about as good as it gets. He did 13 damage and 254 damage. Now, in the old days, that might have done 500 damage, and there would be 3 SPGs, and these guys would just be, they would be hating their lives, right? Well, I guess there are 3 SPGs in this game. I'm showing you a game with 3 SPGs. But the SPGs are not completely annihilating everyone, right? In the old days, that would be the case. Now, why do I think that this Russian one is the best SPG now? I'll give you my reasons. It's the fastest reloading, the fastest aiming, and the most accurate. You saw his buddy in an SPG just score a direct hit there. But I think, see, like, now that was a direct hit for 10. That was pretty much a direct hit for 10 damage. And the commander said, Madril. So it is a shit show, but with the smaller splash radius, I think the one that's the most accurate now is the most consistent. Although that British one does pretty good too now. Oh, but that now, whoa. No, that was a hit. That was a mother of all hits. So what do you guys think? Have the SPG nerfs achieved the balance that you were looking for? There's less of them, except in this replay I'm showing you. They're easier to counter because you see their tracer. They don't completely ruin the game. I think all those things are true. Look at that, on a miss, he's pissed off right now. In the old meta, before the nerf, that might have done 200-300 damage, and he came away with 0. He came away with 0 damage there because the splash radius has been reduced. And he's almost out of ammo. Huh. They're just not as dominant as before, and I just don't understand why people are even bothering to still play them. Is it because you've invested all this time and maybe money to grind, and you have a tier 10 SPGs and you were an SPG player and you love playing SPG? Why would you keep playing? Let's see if this does any damage. Perfect shot. He killed one but did 0. Like, he hit the guy, was basically right beside the other guy. I know he got a kill there, but he did 0 on the... It's just... yeah. So 2 questions I got for you. If you're an SPG player, why do you still play SPGs? I'm struggling to understand that. It must be so frustrating. I would quit playing. If I was a dedicated SPG player, with the way they play now, I'd find a different game to play, right? There's a lot of games out there, guys. Why do you keep playing? It's like investing in a stock while it's going down, right? We're going to average down. Never average down. You don't buy stocks that are going down. I've done a lot of investing in my life, guys, and the worst thing people do is, oh, look, this stock's been going down for a year and a half. I think it's at a low. I bought it last year for 35 bucks, and now it's 12 bucks. It's a good buy now. No, it's good buy to your money. Bye-bye, money. Don't buy a stock that's going down. What's the chance that the minute you the stock's been going down for a year and a half, you bought it for 35, and then you bought it for 25, and then you bought it for 18, and you bought it for 12, and now it's dropped to 8. It's been going down for a year and a half, and you're thinking, ooh, I should average down. What's the chance that on that one day that you buy it, after a year and a half of trending down, that just magically it'll turn around and start going up, and you're going to be a genius and you'll make a lot of money? You know what the chance is? Almost none. Never average down. Buy stocks that are going up. Now that was nice. Oristola. The most accurate one he hit, he didn't. Okay. Buy stocks that are going up. In World of Tanks, the new meta, speed and DPM. You know, get the new Czech heavies. They go faster than medium tanks. They boom, 1,000 damage to tier 10. Play some fast mediums. Get the wheeled vehicles. Why would you keep playing SPGs? That's the number 1 question if you're an SPG player. And the number 2 question is, if you're not an SPG player, if you're just a regular player, and you hate it getting shit on by these, these clickers, let me know what you think since the meta. How has the gaming experience been? Has it been more enjoyable playing the game? Do you think the nerf was good? It was perfect? It was too much? Too little? Let me know what you guys think. My personal opinion, and I have to say it, because I have to play a little bit, and I've played now for a couple of months, I guess, since the patch, and it just seems more enjoyable, more relaxing, rolling out, especially on open maps, because I like to play a lot of light tanks and lightly armored tanks, and if you're playing the Leopard and you get spotted and there's 3 SPGs on a map like this, they can shoot you and miss and do 400 damage in the old days, and then you're tracked, and then you're stunned, and then the other one hits you, and they're all focusing you, and you basically just have to hide in the bushes. So I find it just, yes, Babadanya. I find it more enjoyable, more relaxing. Don't have to worry about being constantly clicked. So I'd have to say the game now is more enjoyable with less SPGs. That's my opinion. Now, if you're an SPG player, maybe you're upset that I said that. Too bad. Have a cookie. Remember, the question I have for you is, with how bad they are now, why do you still play? And this guy has been shooting and shooting and shooting. He's down to 6 shots. He's having a great game by Nerfed standards. He's only up at around 2,000 damage. He would have been at a lot higher damage pre-nerf. Pre-nerf, everyone in this game, all 30 players minus 6, because there's 6 SPG players, would all be raging about how this fucking game's useless, just getting shit on by SPGs. That's what would be happening. We do not know if that hit. One thing about, here's a little trick. I do know something about SPGs. When a guy's backing into the water like that, you're better to hit the shore, like right there, than hit the water. Seems like it splashes less and does less damage if your shell hits the water right beside an enemy, it does 0. I don't know what kind of a mechanic that is. Wargaming has this this interesting idea of what explosive means. You know, high explosive. If you shoot a high explosive shell, it doesn't explode. Right? HE has been nerfed. You have to hit armor. If you hit the tracks, it doesn't explode and splash. Wargaming has changed the definition of explosion to suit their, to suit their computer program. It's kind of dumb, but we only did 217 damage, but he got all the stun assist. That's the other reason I think this is the best SPG, at least for grinding. Do you see where he was? When that enemy was lit, he fired, and his shell got there so fast that he hit the guy before any of his teammates could react and shoot. I know he was pre-aimed. He had to move slightly. Look at the aim time on this. He can shoot first before his teammates. His shell gets there first. And he got him. His other SPG missed. But if your shell gets there first, you get all the stun assist, right? So it's just, I think this is the best. If you're going to keep playing SPGs, I think this is the line to go for now. But let me know in the comments, guys, what you guys think. Is the game better now? Do you find it more pleasurable, or do you miss those days of being stunned again? Whoa, when we were all stunned again. Do you miss that? Or do you like the new meta? Sans SPG shitting on you. And if you're an SPG player, let me know. Let me know. Have you figured out how to make it work? Or why do you still play? That's I'm curious. That's not an insult. I'm just curious. If you are a dedicated SPG player, I want to really understand why do you still play them. All right. Catch you guys on the next one.